Imagine waking up every day with a clear mind, steady emotions, and the kind of inner strength that does not depend on things going your way. A life where stress does not control your mood, where other people's opinions do not shake your confidence, and where setbacks do not break you, but quietly make you stronger. That kind of life is not a fantasy. It is not reserved for a special few who were simply born with calm minds or perfect circumstances. It is built through small but powerful shifts in how you think, how you respond to challenges, and how you carry yourself through ordinary moments of everyday life. In a world filled with noise, pressure, and constant distraction, learning how to stay grounded has become one of the most valuable skills a person can develop. Most people spend their days reacting to everything around them. They react to stress, react to criticism, react to delays, react to disappointments. But a peaceful life begins when you stop reacting blindly and start responding with awareness. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism teaches something very simple yet incredibly powerful. Your peace does not come from controlling the world around you. It comes from mastering the world within you. In this journey, you will discover 4 powerful Stoic rules that can transform how you experience life every single day. These principles are not complicated theories meant only for philosophers. They are practical ways of thinking that anyone can practice, and if you truly understand them, they will not only change how you think, they will quietly change how you live. The first rule for living a peaceful life is to accept that life is unpredictable. This idea may seem simple at first glance, but once you truly understand it, it changes everything. Much of the stress people experience does not come from problems themselves. It comes from the expectation that life should always follow our plans. We expect people to behave the way we think they should. We expect our plans to unfold exactly as we imagined. We expect effort to always produce immediate results. And when reality does not match these expectations, frustration appears. But here is the truth most people resist. Life has never followed a perfect script. Plans change, people disappoint, opportunities appear and disappear without warning. Unexpected obstacles show up exactly when you thought things were finally working out. Accepting unpredictability does not mean giving up hope or becoming pessimistic. It means becoming mentally prepared for life's uncertainty without losing your balance. A peaceful person is not someone whose life is free from problems. It is someone who remains steady even when problems appear. Think about water flowing through a river. When water meets a rock, it does not become angry or try to fight the obstacle. It simply flows around it and continues moving forward. That is the mindset Stoicism encourages. Flexibility creates peace. When you stop demanding certainty from life, you free yourself from constant disappointment. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you begin asking, "How can I respond wisely to this moment?" That shift alone transforms your experience of life. Suddenly, obstacles no longer feel like personal attacks from the universe. They become situations to navigate. And when you develop that kind of mindset, something powerful happens. You stop fearing change. You stop panicking when plans fail. You stop feeling like life is out to get you. Instead, you begin trusting your ability to adapt. Peace does not come from having a perfect plan. Peace comes from knowing that even if the plan falls apart, you still have the strength to move forward. The second rule is to focus on progress, not perfection. Perfection sounds appealing, but in reality, it often becomes one of the biggest sources of stress and self-doubt. Many people delay their goals because they believe everything must be perfect before they begin. They tell themselves they will start once they feel ready, once they have more confidence, once the timing is right. But that moment rarely arrives. Perfection creates hesitation. It makes people overthink every decision and criticize every small mistake. Instead of moving forward, they remain stuck waiting for ideal conditions that may never exist. Progress, on the other hand, creates momentum. When you shift your focus from perfection to improvement, everything changes. You stop worrying about doing things flawlessly and start focusing on doing them consistently. This mindset allows you to take action even when you feel uncertain, and every small action builds confidence. Think about learning any new skill. No one begins as an expert. Every expert started as a beginner making mistakes. But those mistakes were not failures, they were steps in the learning process. The Stoics understood that growth happens slowly, often in ways we cannot immediately see. A small improvement today may seem insignificant, but when repeated consistently, it leads to powerful transformation. Improving just a little each day compounds over time. The person you become after months of small efforts is very different from the person you were when you started. This perspective also brings peace, because it removes the pressure of unrealistic expectations. You no longer feel like you must change your entire life overnight. Instead, you focus on the next small step. One habit improved, one decision made with more awareness, one moment handled with more patience. Over time, these small improvements reshape your mindset and your life. And perhaps most importantly, focusing on progress helps you treat yourself with more kindness. You stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. You stop criticizing yourself for not being perfect. Instead, you recognize that growth is a process. Every effort matters. Every attempt teaches you something. And when you adopt this mindset, peace begins to replace frustration. The third rule for living a peaceful life is to practice gratitude, even during difficult days. Gratitude is often misunderstood. Many people think gratitude means pretending everything is fine or ignoring the problems in their lives. But true gratitude is not denial of difficulty. It is the recognition that even during challenging moments, life still contains things worth appreciating. Without gratitude, the human mind tends to focus only on what is missing or what has gone wrong. Problems become the center of attention, and the mind magnifies them until they feel overwhelming. This constant focus on negativity slowly drains emotional energy and creates the feeling that life is unfair or hopeless. Gratitude interrupts that pattern. It shifts your perspective without ignoring reality. When you practice gratitude, you begin to notice the full picture of your life rather than only the problems. You notice the opportunities you still have. You notice the people who support you. You notice the small comforts and moments of beauty that exist even on difficult days. This broader perspective brings emotional balance. The Stoics believed that gratitude strengthens the mind because it trains you to appreciate what you already possess rather than constantly chasing what you lack. When you wake up and acknowledge even a few simple things to be thankful for, your health, the ability to learn, the chance to grow, you create a foundation of quiet strength. This does not eliminate hardship, but it changes how hardship feels. Instead of believing life is entirely against you, you begin to see that challenges exist alongside blessings. And that realization creates resilience. Gratitude builds a quiet form of confidence. It reminds you that even when life is not perfect, your life still holds value and possibility. Over time, this mindset changes how you experience everyday moments. You become less reactive to small frustrations. You become more patient with difficulties. You learn to appreciate progress rather than obsess over problems. And that shift gradually creates a deeper sense of peace. The fourth rule is to practice courage in small moments. When people hear the word courage, they often imagine dramatic actions or heroic decisions that change everything overnight. They picture bold speeches, huge risks, or life-altering choices. But real courage rarely appears in such dramatic ways. Most of the time, courage lives in quiet, ordinary moments that no one else notices. Courage is choosing to face something instead of avoiding it. It is speaking honestly, even when your voice feels uncertain. It is admitting a mistake instead of defending it out of pride. It is trying again after you failed yesterday. It is setting boundaries when you previously stayed silent just to keep others happy. These actions may appear small, but they slowly transform who you are. Every time you act with courage, even in a minor situation, you strengthen your sense of self-respect. You remind yourself that fear does not have to control your decisions. Many people feel restless or anxious, not because their lives are full of problems, but because they constantly avoid the things they know they should face. Avoidance creates tension inside the mind. Unspoken words, unfinished tasks, and ignored responsibilities quietly build pressure. Courage releases that pressure. When you confront what you have been avoiding, you feel lighter and clearer. You regain a sense of control over your life. Stoicism teaches that courage is not the absence of fear. Fear is a natural human emotion. Courage simply means choosing the right action despite feeling that fear. The more you practice this mindset, the stronger your inner character becomes. And gradually, the situations that once intimidated you begin to feel manageable. A peaceful life is not built through rare heroic moments. It is built through daily acts of quiet courage that strengthen your character step by step. When you combine these 4 Stoic rules, accepting unpredictability, focusing on progress instead of perfection, practicing gratitude even in difficult moments, and choosing courage in small daily situations, you begin to experience life differently. Problems will still appear, challenges will still test you, but your relationship with those challenges will change. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you will feel capable. Instead of reacting emotionally, you will respond thoughtfully. Instead of chasing constant control, you will develop inner stability. Peace is not something you find by escaping the world or waiting for life to become easy. Peace is something you build from the inside through the way you think, act, and respond every single day. The Stoics understood that a strong mind creates a calm life. When you strengthen your mindset, external chaos loses its power over you. You become someone who remains steady in uncertain situations, patient during slow progress, grateful during difficult moments, and courageous when life demands growth. And when you live this way consistently, something remarkable happens. You stop chasing peace as if it were somewhere far away. Instead, peace becomes a natural result of the way you live your life. But there is something even deeper that the Stoics understood, something that quietly determines whether these rules actually transform your life or simply remain nice ideas you heard once and forgot the next day. That deeper principle is responsibility for your own mind. Most people spend their lives believing that their peace depends on circumstances. They believe they will feel calm once their problems disappear, once people treat them better, once life becomes easier. But Stoic wisdom teaches the opposite. Your peace does not begin when the world becomes calm. It begins when your mind becomes disciplined. And that discipline starts with understanding one simple but powerful truth. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. This idea sounds small, yet it changes the way you experience every situation. When something frustrating happens, most people immediately react. They complain, blame others, or allow anger to take control of their emotions. In that moment, they unknowingly give their power away. Their mood becomes controlled by events, by people, by circumstances they cannot influence. But a Stoic mind pauses. It creates a small space between what happens and how it responds. Inside that space lives your freedom. When you pause before reacting, you begin to ask different questions. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What is the wisest response right now?" Instead of asking, "Who should I blame?" you ask, "What can I learn from this moment?" That shift may seem subtle, but it gives you back control over your emotional world. Gradually, you stop feeling like life is constantly pushing you around. You begin to feel steady even when circumstances are not perfect. Another powerful Stoic principle that strengthens a peaceful life is learning to care less about what others think of you. Much of the stress people experience comes from trying to manage other people's opinions. They worry about being judged, criticized, misunderstood, or rejected. Because of this fear, they begin shaping their decisions around what they think others expect from them. They say yes when they want to say no. They hide their real thoughts to avoid disagreement. They chase approval instead of pursuing what truly matters to them. But this path leads to constant inner tension. When your sense of worth depends on how others see you, your peace becomes fragile. A single criticism can ruin your mood. A negative comment can stay in your mind for hours or even days. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful reminder: other people's opinions are outside your control. No matter how carefully you behave, someone will misunderstand you. No matter how kind you are, someone may still dislike you. Trying to control how everyone perceives you is an endless and exhausting task. The Stoics advised focusing on something far more important: your own character. Instead of asking, "Do people approve of me?" ask, "Am I acting with honesty, integrity, and courage?" When you shift your focus toward living according to your values rather than chasing approval, you experience a powerful form of freedom. Criticism still exists, but it loses its ability to shake you. You begin to understand that your worth is not determined by public opinion. It is determined by the choices you make and the person you choose to become. There is another habit that quietly protects inner peace: learning to slow down your mind. Modern life constantly pushes people towards speed. Faster communication, faster decisions, faster reactions. People scroll quickly, respond quickly, judge quickly. But when the mind moves too fast, it becomes restless. Thoughts pile up, worries multiply, and the present moment slips away unnoticed. Stoic thinkers often practiced intentional pauses throughout their day. These pauses allowed them to observe their thoughts rather than becoming trapped inside them. When you slow down, even briefly, you begin to notice how often your mind jumps between past regrets and future anxieties. You replay conversations that already happened. You imagine problems that may never occur. Meanwhile, the present moment, the only moment where life actually happens, passes quietly by. Practicing awareness brings your attention back to what is real right now. It allows you to experience life instead of constantly analyzing it. Even a few minutes of quiet reflection can reset your emotional state. You begin to notice your breathing, your surroundings, the simple rhythm of the day. These moments remind you that not every thought deserves your attention. Many worries lose their power when you stop feeding them with endless mental energy. A peaceful life is not created by eliminating all thoughts. It is created by learning which thoughts deserve your focus and which ones you can let go. Another powerful Stoic insight is the importance of voluntary discomfort. At first, this idea may sound strange. Why would someone willingly make life slightly harder? But the Stoics practiced small forms of discomfort to strengthen their resilience. They occasionally chose simple meals instead of luxury, walked instead of riding, or exposed themselves to mild inconvenience. These practices were not acts of punishment. They were training for the mind. When you occasionally step outside comfort, you remind yourself that you are capable of handling more than you think. Comfort can slowly make the mind fragile. When people become used to everything being easy, even small difficulties begin to feel overwhelming. But when you intentionally experience small challenges, your tolerance for discomfort grows. You realize that inconvenience is not the same as suffering. You learn that you can remain calm even when conditions are not perfect. This mindset becomes incredibly valuable during real hardships. When unexpected difficulties arrive, and they always do, you are not completely shocked by them. Your mind has already practiced staying steady in uncomfortable situations. Peace is not the result of avoiding difficulty. It is the result of knowing you can endure difficulty without losing your balance. Finally, the Stoics emphasize the importance of remembering that time is limited. This idea is not meant to create fear. Instead, it creates clarity. When you remember that life is finite, many of the things that once felt urgent suddenly lose their importance. Petty arguments no longer seem worth your energy. The need to impress others becomes less powerful. You begin to ask deeper questions about how you want to spend the days you have. Are you using your time building something meaningful? Are you growing into the person you want to become? Or are you spending your energy chasing distractions that will not matter in the long run? This awareness brings a quiet sense of purpose to everyday life. You begin to appreciate ordinary moments more deeply. A conversation with someone you care about, a peaceful walk, a moment of reflection. These experiences stop feeling ordinary. They become reminders that life is happening right now. Stoic wisdom encourages living each day with intention, not in a rushed or anxious way, but in a mindful way that recognizes the value of time. When you put all of these principles together, something powerful begins to unfold. Accept life's unpredictability. Focus on progress instead of perfection. Practice gratitude even during difficult days. Show courage in small moments. Take responsibility for your responses. Free yourself from the weight of other people's opinions. Slow down your mind and stay present. Strengthen resilience through small challenges. And remember the value of time. These ideas are not complicated, but their impact becomes profound when practiced consistently. A peaceful life is not created by a single breakthrough moment. It is built slowly through daily choices that strengthen your mindset and shape your character. Every day offers small opportunities to practice these principles. Each moment you respond with patience instead of anger, gratitude instead of frustration, courage instead of avoidance. You are building a stronger inner foundation. Over time, that foundation becomes unshakable, and when that happens, you no longer depend on perfect circumstances to feel calm. Your peace travels with you wherever life leads. Even after understanding all these principles, there is still one question many people quietly ask themselves. How do you actually live this way every single day? Because it is one thing to hear wisdom, and it is another thing to practice it when life becomes difficult. The truth is, a peaceful mind is not created in one powerful moment of motivation. It is built through daily awareness. Every single day gives you small tests. Some of them look insignificant, but they quietly shape the strength of your character. Someone speaks to you with impatience. A plan you worked on suddenly fails. You receive criticism that feels unfair. Traffic slows you down when you are already tired. These moments may seem small, but they reveal how trained your mind truly is. Most people allow these situations to control their emotional state. A small inconvenience ruins their entire mood. A single negative comment stays in their mind for hours. But Stoic wisdom teaches that these ordinary moments are actually opportunities. They are chances to practice mastery over your reactions. Each time something frustrating happens, you are given a choice. You can react automatically, or you can respond with awareness. The more often you choose awareness, the stronger your mind becomes. At first, it may feel difficult. Your old habits will try to pull you back toward frustration, anger, or self-doubt. But with practice, something begins to change. You start noticing your emotions before they fully take control. You pause for a moment instead of reacting instantly. That pause is where growth begins. One powerful Stoic habit that strengthens this awareness is reflection. At the end of each day, take a few quiet minutes to review your actions and thoughts. Not to judge yourself harshly, but to understand yourself better. Ask simple questions. Where did I remain calm today? Where did I react emotionally? What situation challenged my patience? What did I learn from it? This practice may seem simple, but it creates powerful self-knowledge. When you reflect regularly, patterns begin to appear. You start recognizing the situations that trigger stress or frustration. Once you see those patterns clearly, you gain the ability to change them. Instead of repeating the same reactions again and again, you begin responding with more wisdom. Reflection transforms everyday experience into personal growth. The Stoics believed that an unexamined day allows mistakes to repeat themselves, but a reflected day becomes a lesson that strengthens your character. Another important step toward a peaceful life is learning to simplify your desires. Modern culture constantly pushes people to want more. More success, more recognition, more possessions, more validation. While ambition can be useful, endless desire creates endless dissatisfaction. The more you chase external things as the source of happiness, the more fragile your peace becomes. Stoic philosophy encourages a different perspective. Instead of trying to increase what you have, focus on appreciating what already exists in your life. This mindset does not mean abandoning goals or becoming passive. It means understanding that peace does not come from constant accumulation. It comes from learning contentment. When you are able to feel grateful and satisfied with simple things, you gain a kind of freedom that many people never experience. You are no longer constantly chasing something outside yourself in order to feel complete. You begin living from a place of stability instead of constant craving. This does not stop you from pursuing meaningful goals. It simply means your happiness does not depend entirely on whether you achieve them. There is also another quiet strength that Stoicism encourages: patience. Many people struggle with impatience because they want results immediately. They want success to appear quickly, change to happen overnight, problems to disappear as soon as possible. But real growth rarely happens that way. Just as nature grows slowly and steadily, personal development follows the same rhythm. A tree does not become strong in a single day. It grows through years of gradual strengthening. In the same way, a peaceful mind develops through repeated practice over time. When you accept this slower pace of growth, frustration begins to fade. You understand that every step forward matters, even if progress feels small. Patience protects your peace because it removes the pressure of unrealistic timelines. Instead of rushing through life, you begin moving with steady determination. Each day becomes another opportunity to practice calm thinking, wise action, and emotional balance. Another important Stoic lesson is learning to separate what truly matters from what does not. Much of the stress people experience comes from giving equal importance to everything. Minor inconveniences feel just as upsetting as serious problems. Small disagreements feel like major conflicts. When everything feels urgent and important, the mind becomes overwhelmed. Stoic thinkers trained themselves to step back and evaluate situations with clarity. They would ask themselves a simple question: will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Surprisingly, Many of the things that cause frustration today will soon be forgotten. Recognizing this helps you conserve your emotional energy for what truly deserves attention. Not every situation requires a strong reaction. Not every criticism deserves a response. Sometimes the wisest choice is simply letting something pass without giving it unnecessary importance. When you practice this habit regularly, your mind becomes calmer because it stops fighting every small disturbance that appears. And perhaps one of the most powerful Stoic insights is this: your character is built in private moments. Most people focus on how they appear in front of others. They want to look confident, successful, disciplined. But real character is formed when no one is watching. It is shaped by the decisions you make when there is no audience to impress. Do you keep your word even when it is inconvenient? Do you continue working on your goals even when motivation fades? Do you choose honesty even when it would be easier to hide the truth? These quiet choices build inner integrity, and integrity creates deep peace because you know you are living according to your own values. You no longer feel divided between who you appear to be and who you truly are. That alignment creates a powerful sense of inner stability. Over time, when you practice these Stoic habits consistently, your relationship with life begins to change in ways you may not even notice at first. Situations that once created anxiety no longer feel overwhelming. Challenges that once discouraged you now feel like opportunities to strengthen your character. You become less reactive and more thoughtful, less frustrated and more patient, less controlled by external circumstances and more guided by your own principles. This transformation does not happen because life suddenly becomes easier. It happens because your mind becomes stronger. And when the mind becomes stronger, peace becomes a natural part of your daily experience. There is one more powerful realization that Stoic philosophy teaches, and once you truly understand it, your entire relationship with life begins to change. That realization is this: most of the things people worry about never actually happen, yet they spend hours, days, sometimes even years, carrying the weight of imagined problems inside their minds. The human mind has a strange habit. It constantly jumps into the future, creating scenarios filled with fear, doubt, and uncertainty. You begin imagining failure before you even try. You imagine rejection before you even speak. You imagine loss before anything has actually been taken from you. And slowly, without realizing it, you begin suffering from problems that exist only inside your thoughts. Stoic thinkers were deeply aware of this habit, which is why they trained themselves to return their focus to the present moment again and again. They understood something important. The present moment is almost always more manageable than the future we imagine. Right now, in this exact moment, you are breathing. You are thinking. You are capable of making a choice. But when your mind constantly lives in the future, you lose the stability that exists in the present. This is why a peaceful life requires learning how to bring your attention back to what is happening now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. When you begin practicing this awareness, something remarkable happens. Many of the worries that once felt overwhelming begin to lose their power. You realize that your mind was amplifying problems long before they actually appeared. Another Stoic practice that strengthens peace is learning how to observe your emotions instead of immediately identifying with them. Many people believe that whatever they feel must be true. If they feel angry, they assume someone must be wrong. If they feel anxious, they assume something terrible must be about to happen. If they feel insecure, they assume they are not good enough. But emotions are not always reliable messengers of truth. Often, they are simply temporary signals created by the mind reacting to situations. The Stoics practiced noticing these emotions without immediately letting them control their behavior. Imagine your emotions as waves in the ocean. Some waves are calm, some are strong, and some are chaotic. But no matter how powerful a wave may feel, it eventually passes. The same is true for emotions. When you pause and observe them instead of reacting instantly, you begin to see that they are temporary experiences, not permanent definitions of who you are. This small shift creates tremendous emotional freedom. Instead of being dragged around by every emotional reaction, you become the observer of your inner world. You can feel anger without letting it turn into harmful words. You can feel fear without letting it stop you from taking action. You can feel sadness without believing that your life has lost its meaning. This awareness allows you to experience emotions without being controlled by them. Stoic philosophy also reminds us that suffering often increases when we resist reality. People spend enormous amounts of mental energy wishing that things were different. They wish the past had unfolded differently. They wish certain people would change their behavior. They wish life would follow the exact path they planned. But reality does not respond to our wishes. The more we resist what has already happened, the more tension we create inside ourselves. Acceptance, however, creates a different kind of strength. Acceptance does not mean liking every situation you face. It simply means acknowledging reality clearly instead of fighting against it mentally. When something difficult happens, acceptance allows you to say, "This is the situation I am facing. Now what is the best response I can choose?" That shift moves your energy away from frustration and toward constructive action. Instead of wasting time arguing with reality, you begin working with it. This mindset is incredibly powerful because it keeps your mind focused on solutions rather than complaints. There is also a quiet but important Stoic lesson about solitude. In modern life, people are rarely alone with their thoughts. Every spare moment is filled with noise, phones, messages, social media, endless streams of information. While connection with others is valuable, constant distraction can make it difficult to understand your own mind. The Stoics often spent time in quiet reflection because solitude allows you to reconnect with your inner voice. When you sit quietly without distractions, you begin noticing your thoughts more clearly. You become aware of the worries you carry, the goals that matter to you, and the values you truly want to live by. Solitude creates clarity. It allows your mind to slow down and reorganize itself. Many people fear being alone with their thoughts because they have never practiced observing them calmly. But when you learn to spend time in quiet reflection, it becomes one of the most powerful tools for maintaining inner peace. And finally, Stoicism teaches something that brings deep stability to life. The understanding that challenges are not interruptions to your path, they are part of the path. Many people believe peace will arrive once their problems disappear. They think life will become calm after the next obstacle is removed. But the truth is, obstacles are a natural part of every life. Challenges will appear in different forms throughout your journey. What Stoicism teaches is that these challenges are not simply barriers, they are opportunities to strengthen your character. Every difficulty asks the same question: who will you become in response to this moment? Will you allow frustration to control your behavior, or will you respond with patience and resilience? Will you retreat from difficulty, or will you use it as a chance to grow stronger? When you begin seeing challenges this way, something powerful changes in your mindset. Instead of fearing obstacles, you begin recognizing them as training for your mind. They become opportunities to practice courage, patience, wisdom, and discipline. Over time, as you continue practicing these Stoic principles, peace stops feeling like something fragile that can easily be broken by circumstances. Instead, it becomes something rooted deeply within your character. Life will still bring unexpected events. People will still behave unpredictably. Plans will still fail sometimes. but your response will become steadier, calmer, and more thoughtful. And that is the real secret of Stoicism. It does not promise a life without difficulty. It teaches you how to build a mind that remains strong, even in the presence of difficulty. When your mind becomes disciplined, aware, and guided by wisdom, peace stops depending on the outside world. It becomes a natural part of who you are, something you carry with you through every challenge, every success, and every ordinary moment of your life. As we reach the final part of this journey, it's important to remember something very simple but very powerful. A peaceful life is not something you discover one day and keep forever without effort. It is something you practice quietly and consistently through the way you think and the way you respond to life. Many people spend years searching for peace in external achievements. They believe that once they earn more money, gain more recognition, or finally reach a certain milestone, their mind will become calm. But time and again, people reach those goals only to realize that the same worries, the same frustrations, and the same inner noise still follow them. That is because peace does not come from changing your circumstances alone. It comes from changing the relationship you have with your own mind. Stoic wisdom teaches that the greatest victory a person can achieve is mastery over their own reactions. Not control over the world, not control over other people, but control over their own thoughts, choices, and actions. When you begin practicing this mindset, you slowly stop expecting life to be perfect before allowing yourself to feel calm. Instead, you begin carrying calmness with you into imperfect situations. Difficult days will still exist. Unexpected problems will still appear. People will still misunderstand you, and plans will still fail from time to time. But when your mind is trained, these events stop feeling like personal attacks against your happiness. They become part of the natural rhythm of life. A peaceful person is not someone who never faces challenges. A peaceful person is someone who has learned how to remain steady while facing them. They do not waste energy complaining about every inconvenience. They do not allow every criticism to disturb their confidence, and they do not let fear stop them from doing what they know is right. Instead, they move through life with a quiet sense of stability. They understand that while they cannot control everything that happens around them, they can always control the way they respond. That understanding alone creates an incredible sense of freedom. Think about the impact of these Stoic rules when practiced together every single day. Accepting that life is unpredictable keeps your expectations balanced. Focusing on progress rather than perfection allows you to grow without constant frustration. Practicing gratitude reminds you that even imperfect days contain something valuable. Showing courage in small moments strengthens your character little by little. Taking responsibility for your reactions protects your emotional stability. Letting go of the need for constant approval frees your mind from unnecessary pressure. Slowing down and reflecting brings clarity to your thoughts. Embracing challenges as opportunities transforms obstacles into teachers. None of these principles require extraordinary talent or special circumstances. They simply require awareness and consistency. Anyone can begin practicing them today. Every moment gives you another chance to choose patience instead of anger, understanding instead of judgment, and courage instead of avoidance. At first, the changes may feel small, but over time, those small choices begin to reshape the way you experience life. Gradually, you will notice something remarkable. Situations that once felt overwhelming will no longer control your emotions the same way. Problems that once created anxiety will start feeling more manageable. You will react less impulsively and think more clearly before making decisions. Your confidence will grow, not because everything in your life is perfect, but because you trust your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This is the quiet strength that Stoicism offers. It does not promise constant happiness or a life free from difficulty. Instead, it offers something far more valuable, a steady mind that remains grounded through both success and struggle. When your peace comes from your character rather than from external conditions, it becomes far more stable and lasting. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this philosophy is that its power grows with time. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. What once required effort slowly turns into habit. Patience becomes easier. Gratitude becomes more natural. Courage becomes part of your identity. Over months and years, these habits shape the kind of person you become. So, as you move forward from this moment, remember that living a peaceful life does not require dramatic changes overnight. It begins with small decisions repeated daily. A calm response instead of an angry reaction. A moment of gratitude instead of complaint. A step forward even when progress feels slow. These small actions, practiced consistently, create the foundation of an unshakable mind. And when you build that kind of mind, something powerful happens. Peace stops being something you chase. It becomes something you carry with you, wherever life leads.